Bonjour à tous, this is a quick video where I turn this plain fabric into this design. To get started, I got my pattern pieces for my shirt, and for my shorts I got my tracing paper, my design that I wanted on the project, which I changed a few times at the beginning until I got something that felt more cohesive. I got my Sharpie, my heat erasable pen which I used to transfer on the fabric, my embroidery hoop, my needles, and my floss. Then I proceeded to tracing my pattern pieces onto the tracing paper. So then I had new pattern pieces which I then transferred my designs onto. For my top pieces, I transferred throughout all the pieces. For my bottom, I simply did the hemline, then I transferred onto the fabric. My fabric was light and see-through, so it was easy for me to just trace over it. For the parts where I needed two pieces, like the front and the sleeves, I simply sandwiched my pattern piece in between two layers of fabric. Because I used a Sharpie, it bled through the paper front and back, so I was able to just flip it over once I pinned everything down and just trace over it. Once I had all my pattern pieces, my fabric traced on, I had all my needles threaded. Then I used single strands of the DMC floss. I used color 3809. I almost always had 12 needles ready to use at all times. I did for the top with the motifs, I did stem stitch for the outline, and for my filling I did back stitches. For my bottom, I did the same thing, but I also added broderie anglaise to the bottom embroidery for my shorts. I used fabric Mod Podge to seal the bottom embroidery, and that worked out really well. I never used that for something I'm wearing, I plan on wearing, but it was still flexible, so that was cool. Overall, I used 6.5 skeins of floss. It took me over 40 hours, close to 50 hours to get everything embroidered. It happened in a span of 2 weeks, so it didn't feel as intense of a work as it actually was. It was relaxing for me actually. Once I had all my pieces embroidered on, I interfaced what I needed to interface, interline the bottom pieces, and then I was ready to sew. I did make some labels for my project. As you continue to watch, you will see my steps that I took. For my zipper, I did not have a zipper color that was the same color as the fabric. I feel like white was the closest I had. So what I did was use my gel polish to polish over the zipper pull. And I feel like that worked for me. I used my UV LED lamp, of course, to curate my nail lamp. For my shorts, I did the finishings on the inside by hand, not all of them, not the same finishes. The waistband, I finished that by hand, and the hemline of my shorts, I finished that by hand. I also did my pockets by hand. My shorts pattern is a new one that I'm using, and I did not test it out before. The front ended up being very baggy, in my opinion. It's not just my opinion, it's actually the truth. The front is a bit more baggy than it should be.